All right, so today's lesson is about reaping and sowing, that you get what you give. But I gotta let you guys know, I'm going to Jamaica tomorrow, leaving for a week, so you might miss out on a couple episodes if I'm not uploading. That's why. Reaping and sowing. So it literally is that you get what you give, but I'm talking about in thought, in word, in action, and in things that you've done in the past. And this is the basis behind everything, and once you understand that this is truly how it goes, then it will change things for you. So when you emanate from yourself love to everyone and to all the people that you come into contact with and to all of the things that you come into contact with, what happens is that you receive that back. That the love that you give out, you receive back. I know this one song that says, I'll take all of my wasted love and turn it into wine in my cup. There's no such thing as wasted love, but yes, turn it into wine in your cup. Give it to yourself. But what's going to happen here is when you are giving out love all the time, you're not going to care what it is that you receive back, because the reason that it is that you've done that is because you understand how it works. So even though you are going to receive back that love and that goodness that you're putting out, once it gets to that certain point and you've made up for your past karma, you're not doing it so that you get the love back. You're doing it so that you can give love out to the people. And so that the people can go, I like that. There's something going on over here. What is so different? Why is it that every time that I'm around this person, I feel this certain way? Lit up, full of life, full of love, full of possibility. Well, it's because you were picking up on that other person's energetic field, their aura, and it is indeed their aura that you're feeling, the energy, because you're not your body, as we've talked about before, but you're the energy that underlies it. And so sometimes people's energies will cross-mingle with you. Now, there's something called, let me think about this for a second. What is it called? Basically, it's something that can tell you about your personal energy systems. It'll come to me and I'll tell you. But some people have a lot of open energy channels and some people do not. And some people have open energy channels in certain places and some people do not. And it was upon realizing this, through having a session done for myself, that I realized some people really do have a closed mind. It's not open, it's set. Anytime that there's a closed energy system, it's because that energy is set. Now, I'm going to tell you about myself. My energy systems, most of them, many of them, are open. And this is why when somebody comes into me, I know exactly what it is that they need, because I've actually received their energy into me, and so I know them on an energetic level. Now, the beneficial thing about this for myself is because I'm a healer, I can use this to help heal people. But the thing about this, when you surround yourself with people who perhaps don't have energies that are going to uplift you, is that their energy can come into your energy system and then all of a sudden you feel drained and depleted and you're thinking, well, what the heck is going on? And it is because that energy that intermingled with your energy stole some of your energy. They didn't do it on purpose. They didn't even know that they're doing it. But you'll notice, because every time that you interact with a certain person or something, you're left feeling a certain way. And this is why when you raise your vibration all the way up, there is going to be so many people that are going to come to you, but you're going to be able to handle it when your vibe is high. Because you're going to recognize these other energies that come into you, and you're going to recognize them as not your own, and you'll be able to transmute them, and you'll be able to just only give out the love. And therefore you'll receive it back. Because people, even when they're taking your energy, they're going to want you to be around, even those energy vampires and drainers, right? And the people who are not the energy drainers, they're also going to want you to be around because you lift up the vibe of the whole place. You help them out. They don't need to give as much of their own energy. What you give, you get back. Now, if you say, but I'm nice to everybody, and I do this and I do that, but yet I receive this ill treatment back from people now and then, then you have some kind of belief within you that you receive ill treatment from people now and then. Or you yourself have been thinking thoughts that your mouth perhaps hasn't allowed you to speak, but you've been thinking them and you've been putting it out there and it's being returned back to you. You cannot even escape your thoughts. Now, my friend the other day said something about the biggest trick that's gone on here in this world is telling people that they can't be perfect. Oh, Jesus is perfect, but you can't be perfect. Well, this is just a lie. Keep working on it. Of course you can. And the more that you can love people, the more perfect you do become. Because the only time that we do harm in this world is when we do something that is contradictory to love. It's the only time. And so if you want to live a life that is filled with goodness and happiness, and that you have good and wonderful things that come to you regularly and all the time, then you need to be putting out good and wonderful things regularly and all the time. And how you can do this is just by loving people properly. Just love people properly. Just love them properly. Perhaps you weren't loved properly, and so you have something within you that's telling you, oh no, that's not a real thing. Well, then you could be the first. But if ever you've been loved by somebody, perhaps a parent, perhaps a friend, perhaps something, and you've been loved and you truly knew that you were loved and that you were cared for, how did you know this? You knew it because of the energy that you were receiving from that person. You knew that that person didn't need to buy you anything or do anything for you, but you just knew because of the energy that that person loved you. Just the same way that people can intuit when somebody does not like them. What they're picking up on is the different frequencies. The higher the frequency, the more in alignment with divine love it is, the more truthful it is, the more I want it. The lower the frequency, the farther away it is, and the more fear-based that it is, because all we have is fear and love, and all you get to do is choose between the two all day. And to what degree? Depends on how you feel. Maybe you're going to choose a little bit of fear. You're just going to take a little bit of hell today. Maybe you're going to take a lot. Maybe you're not going to take any because you've decided that you want to be perfect and you're going to work on it every single second of the day. And there's the hugest reward that comes from it. Because when you can truly send out a truthful energy of I love you because you are a person, you're a soul on this planet just like me, and we're all going through it together, and I want to give you all the support and all the love and all the goodness that I possibly can just by being me. When you encounter somebody like that, they're a gift to this world, and you could look at them and you could think, you know what, I want to do that too, and you could go ahead and you could do it, and I would highly encourage that you do it. Because this is how we lift up the vibration. This is how we lift up the consciousness of our planet. And it has been since I have started doing this that the people that have vibrated their way into my life have been holy people. There's only goodness in this place. Because when you lift yourself up to the point and you stop putting other people down and you understand that every single person is just a person and they're going through it, and if they're doing something that's ridiculous or stupid to you, it's because they haven't learned the lesson yet. They haven't figured it out. Or there's so much self-hate there that that person's trying to kill themselves subconsciously and they don't even realize that that's what they're doing. But they want out of their life. And I want you to want your life. I don't want you to want out of your life. That means that something's gone awry. Something's not right. You're not living in that divine alignment. Meaning you have been sending things out that have been returned back to you and they're creating hell for you. So you need to send out something differently. Because when you send out something differently, something that's more uplifted, you're going to notice, and you'll notice it right away, that the energy shifts and changes. Now, perhaps you know the difference between positive and negative people. This isn't exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about it for a minute. Now, let's say that you're in a perfectly great mood and somebody walks in and they start talking about negative things. Maybe they're just complaining, or they're telling you, well, I don't want to complain, but they're still complaining while they're complaining and telling you that they don't want to do it, but they're doing it anyways. And notice how it makes you feel when you're around this type of energy. Complaining energy is low, and so it drains away the high energy. It actually takes away your life force. Your consciousness is your life force energy. It's what you got. You don't have that, you don't have life. And so when you're living in those high vibrational states, you're in a high state of consciousness. When you're living in the low states, you're in a low state of consciousness. Now, each one has a different energetic field, but each little degree that you move up or down looks completely different. And so let's say that you are in an era of sadness. Oh, maybe you're going through something. You got 78% sadness within you. Well, that means that perhaps 22% of it's not that sadness. And so then you could focus on that. And by focusing on that, you could shift things. Now, I'm not saying ignore anything in your life. And if something's going on, you need to go through it. You need to feel it to heal it. This is why alcohol and smoking and all of these things, they numb you down. They take away that healing. They end it. They don't allow for it. This is why people die by alcohol, because they think, oh, my problems are, I don't want to deal with them, and so they start drinking, and then they end up dead because they didn't want their life. And I want you to want your life. I want you to want your life so bad that you don't want to waste a day of it being hungover, because it is a waste. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. Today is an important day for you. And because you're exchanging minutes, time, hours of your life for today, choosing wisely is the most important thing that you can do. And if you choose to let go of the fear and only live in love today, that could be the best decision that you've ever made. You could sit there, you could meditate, you could imagine that love pours into every hour of your day. No matter what it is, you got a blueprint for your day. What do you got to do today? What's left? How many hours do you got? Imagine pouring love into every single hour of that day, and you've got it planned out, and you can see how it's done. And you can see that by doing this, it changes things for you. And what a miraculous thing that is, that a thought, a change in thought could change completely your whole entire life, your environment, your existence, and everything in it. And I am proof of that. Now, every day and every way, you can feel better and better when you begin to get rid of the fear. And so if you could locate today where that fear might perhaps be sitting in your body and what exactly it is that it's trying to tell you, and if you could locate it, and if you could rid yourself of that fear by asking the divine to take care of it for you, or by doing some other technique or other means, but I would ask the divine, let the divine will be done within my life. Let it be done within my body. Let it be done within my mind. Let it be done within my environment. Let it be done within my friends' lives. And if you could begin to shift those things and let go of all that stuff that's not serving you anymore, well, then you can step into an era of peace and love and happiness, and it's going to be the most wonderful, uplifting experience of your life. And I want you to want your life. I want you to have so much joy in your life. But as long as you remain deceiving yourself, thinking that you can go ahead and think this way and act this way and live in this fear, but still be living in the love, you're going to suffer in some way. You can't have both. And so when you decide and you choose that you're going to have only love, it's going to change things for you. It's going to change things for you in a huge way. Because instead of only expecting to receive love back, you're going to know that you need to send it out there first. And even if you, at the start of doing this, start receiving something back that's other than love, and you would in the past have allowed it to upset you, you can allow yourself to laugh. And you can just let it go through that, and you don't have to let anything bother you. And you can allow yourself to be uplifted. Heck, I'll find myself laughing. I don't even know the conversation. I won't even hear it. Sometimes I guess it's just maybe the vibrations that are around me, but I will just find myself laughing over nothing. But I'll find myself laughing when I'm completely by myself. Why? Because it's a way to uplift my energy. I'm not doing it. My body's doing it to myself. My body is taking care of itself. You know why? Because I love the divine more than anything. It's my passion. I love the love. Because I've experienced it, I've felt it fully. You know, it's like that movie Avatar, when they got down into the energy system, and you could see that everything and all of it was all connected. I've experienced it, I've been there, I've been the veins in the tree, and I've felt the love that was flowing through it. And I understood on such a deep level. I've never felt that kind of love before. I don't think it's humanly possible to give or receive perhaps that type of love, because this is something that is pure. And this is the way that I help my people to heal. Through this enlightenment, and the enlightenment is really just the experience of that love, with no doubt. And it is the transcendence of this that changes absolutely everything, because it rids the fear. In the past, it was like, okay, well, maybe I kept at 0.5% of doubt. Of yes, I knew, and I could think, and I knew if I prayed, of course it's going to happen, and blah, 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 blah. But I had a bit of doubt that perhaps, maybe the divine didn't love me as much, or I don't know what my doubt was about, but there was a tinge of it there. And the second that I experienced that love on that level, it all went away, and it will never come back again, because you can't unknow something that you know. And this is why I tell all of you, if you have not experienced it yet, seek it. Seek the perfection. Seek it. All you got to do is seek the love, and if you never stop, you will find it. It's the simplest thing. Seek and you will find. But I'm going to seek myself a beach, and I'm going to go and I'm going to find it tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you all about it when I get back. And I hope that you guys have the most wonderful week, and if I don't get to talk to you the whole entire week next week, then I will see you the following one. But I think I got most of my videos set up. I love you all so much. I hope you have the most wonderful day today. Thank you for tuning in to me. Thank you for being loyal to me. I love you all so much. You guys are so wonderful. Let's create heaven together. We're doing it together. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in, my darlings, and I will see you when I get back. Take care.